Alvark Tokyo, the two teams for sure we'll see in the B-League playoffs. But for UTSUNOMIYA, it's about chasing the best record this season. Hello everybody, Josh Bat here, calling this one live on B.LEAGUE International. UTSUNOMIYA Brex have had a massive turnaround this season. Go back to the opening two games of the regular season on the road against Chiba Jets at the Lala Tokyo Bay Arena, losing both games, but now find themselves in pole position with the very best record. Now remember, San Antonio Phoenix are just narrowly behind them, but both teams do have a difference. San Antonio Phoenix have one game in hand, so the number one position, as we'll find out in these final 5 games, will still be yet to be decided. 3 teams already confirmed for the playoffs. Ryukyu Golden Kings, the champions of 2023, along with San Antonio Phoenix, as well as UTSUNOMIYA Brex. While Chiba Jets, Shimane Susanoo Magic, and not to mention the likes of Guma Crane Thunders all chasing the final spots. Well, Guma, along with the Mikawa Seahorses, currently in those 2 wildcard positions. Now, you just saw the East, West, and Central conferences. Top 2 teams in each conference will automatically go to the playoffs. Well, the final 2 places, as you just saw there, will go to the wildcard teams. The 2 teams with the best record outside the top 2. Well, there are the permutations. As you can see, Brex, with the number 1 record, would go up against Guma Crane Thunders. Chiba Jets would go up in a derby matchup against Alvark Tokyo. Golden Kings would be hosting Shimane. While Mikawa would go up against number 2 San Antonio Phoenix. Well, the playoffs do start on the 20th of April. Yet to be an exciting end to the postseason. And there are the last games for the UTSUNOMIYA Brex. Go back to the last time these two teams met. It was over a month ago, in which the Brex were leading by 10 points with just over 5 minutes to go, but then succumbed to defeat against Alvark Tokyo, the number 1 defensive team here in the B-League. Well, Brex, 2-time champions, they won the inaugural B-League season back in 2017. They won their second championship in 2022. But can they do it yet again? Head coach Zico Coronel, of course, now taking over the realms after the unfortunate and tragic passing of the late, great Kevin Bracewell. And our thoughts and prayers go to both him and his family. While Gavin Edwards, 37 years young, remember he did feature for the Japanese national team at the Tokyo Olympics back in 2021. Former Chiba Jets player spent the bulk of his career playing here in the B-League. Well, Alvark Tokyo, they've had some stumbles along the way, but they've been very good in the last 5 games, you can see. 2 big victories against Shiga Lakes, a home emphatic win against their big rivals, but then the double victory. Of course, they did go up against the likes of Osaka Vesa. Ryan Rossiter, former UTSUNOMIYA Brex player. Of course, he left the Brex after losing in the B-League Finals to the Chiba Jets in 2021, joined Alvark Tokyo the following season. But the one thing about head coach Dinas Adamaitis' players, defensively, they are number 1 in the B-League. I mean, they only give away 70 points per game. That just goes to show how tough a team they are, but what a return it will be for Ryan Rossiter. Because he played in the 2nd division of pro basketball in France back in 2012-13. But at the end of that season, he came all the way here in Japan before it was known as the B-League. He spent almost a decade playing in this arena in front of these fans. But tonight he returns in the colors of Alvark Tokyo, red, white, and black.
UTSUNOMIYA Brex vs. Alvark Tokyo. それでは本日の対戦チーム、Alvark Tokyo。スターティングラインナップのご紹介です。
Well, we're going to get set to introduce the key players tonight here for Alvark Tokyo. There's your starting 5 tonight. Sota Okoro will be in the backcourt tonight. Well, Leonardo Mendel was the one player that caused a lot of problems for UTSUNOMIYA Brex the last time these two teams met. Taiki Osakabe will be the 3rd backcourt player. But Ryan Ross and Seba Saiz will make up the bigs. Well, there's your starting 5 here, Alvark Tokyo. And head coach Dinas Adamaitis, the former Lithuanian national team coach who, represented his national team at the 2019 FIBA Basketball World Cup in China. But now, basketball fans, before we introduce UTSUNOMIYA Brex, let's enjoy the local entertainment.
それでは宇都宮ブレックス本日のメンバーの発表です。まずはベンチメンバーから。 No.7 Atsuya Ogawa. No.12 Shiku Takashima. No.13 Hironori Watanabe. No.14 Wataru Murakishi. No.15 Yuda Ishikawa. No.18 Seiju Ikaruga. No.33 Kevin Edwards. No.42 Isaac Fortu. The second rider for your UTSUNOMIYA Brex.
Now indeed it's time to introduce the starting lineup for UTSUNOMIYA Brex, a team chasing history this season. Ron Jarrett now in his third season playing with the Brex, and there is the veteran player, 40 years young, Kosuke Takeuchi. Well, man, in favor, definitely in favor to be the MVP this season of the B.LEAGUE. Of course, DJ Newbill, one of the top players. Yusuke Endo will join him in the backcourt, but the final player to come out will be Japan's best shooting guard, arguably Makoto Hiyajima. Well, we'd like to give some welcomes already to people watching live here on B.LEAGUE International, so welcome to Nell, Brothor, welcome to Kathy Heflin, and welcome to Jesus as well. Welcome, everybody. Well, when I said this team is chasing history, Alvark Tokyo tonight are up against a team looking to win their third, well, both teams actually for that matter. Both teams this season looking to win 3 B.LEAGUE championships, the only teams who have won 2 B.LEAGUE championships in history. Of course, Brex won the first, Tokyo won the next 2, but now we'll look at the starting lineups. Yusuke Endo will be matched up here this evening in the backcourt as the primary point guard. That will be a very interesting duty for him. No Kai Tebs this evening, another former UTSUNOMIYA Brex player, Ryan Rossiter. He'll be matched up by Kosuke Takeuchi. While Ron Jarrett will have his hands full as he has to defend the likes of Seba Saiz. DJ Nubel's defensive matchup will be slightly bigger than Brazilian international Leonardo Mendel, as now we're moments away from tip-off. Well, to everybody, konnichiwa, welcome here. This is B.LEAGUE Basketball. 2 top teams with championship aspirations, but only one of them will be able to lift the crown jewel of the B.LEAGUE. And remember, whoever wins the B.LEAGUE this season will then go on to play in the FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia, Asia's #1 continental competition. It's no argument, there's no other competition that comes close. Well, it will be the Brex with the first position. DJ Newbill probably looking to have a better performance than he did the last time these two teams met. Number 1 in the East versus number 2 in the Central Conference. Endo curls a screen, fires a 3-up. That's not going to go. Well, the Brex, one of those proficient three-point shooting teams that we've seen this season. But can Alvark Tokyo's defense slow them down, make life difficult for the number 1 team here in the B-League? Mendel penetrates. Good defense, but a foul is going to be called, so Sides will go to the free throw line. Well, the foul's going to be called against Grant Jarrett. That time just getting caught out on the box out. Well, it's actually, no, excuse me, it's just Kosuke Takeuchi, my apologies. Well, Alvark Tokyo this season only a 70% free throw shooting team. But Sebasai is currently at the free throw line. Because had some very good averages this year. Not quite a double-double, but just under 15 points and 7 rebounds. Because he's a 71% free throw shooter. Made the journey from Spain, where he played many years in the Spanish ACB, to the B-League. Started with the Chiba Jets, but now loving life here in the capital city. Hijima now defended by Okuda. A tough contested 3 is up, no good. And already Brex trying to fire in from the perimeter. Tokyo notoriously known this season for slowing down the tempo of every game. Not many teams have been able to score more than 70 against Alvark. Now Sides goes in, size advantage way too easy. Could this be a problem for UTSUNOMIYA Brex, the lack of height against the much bigger Alvark Tokyo? Brex still looking for the first field goal. Almost a minute and a half played here in the first quarter. Now Newbill goes for the third Brex 3, and that's way off the mark. Well, Brex really forcing the issue so far here from the three-point line. But Alvark Tokyo's defense proving to be impenetrable. Sakabi getting caught in the double team. That's going to be a turnover. Now, good defense by 40-year young veteran Kosuke Takeuchi. Well, I remember being a teenager at 16 years of age. Remember watching Takeuchi defend one Dirk Nowitzki at the 2006 FIBA World Championship. Hijima finds Jarrett. Still can't get anything to drop. Over 2 minutes, no buckets here for the Brex. Well, Sakabi finding Mendel. Almost loses balance, but he's able to regather. Another pick and roll goes in, so another trip to the free throw line for Sebasai. And Alvark Tokyo, slowly but surely, just wearing down UTSUNOMIYA Brex. That's going to be the first foul against Grant Jarrett. Well, it's a 2-hour journey from Tokyo all the way here to the Tojiki Prefecture. Slightly quicker if you go by bullet train. Endo down in the corner, finding DJ Newbill. Newbill trying to go for an ISO. Takeuchi finds the 4-3, and again, Brex. Dreadful beginning to this game. Every shot they've taken, apart from the one inside the paint with Grant Jarrett, has been a tough contested play. And good defense. Can they counterattack here with Hijima? Newbill hesitates, finds Endo. Hesitates, fires a 3. 5 threes already taken from the Brex, nothing converted. Good hands on defense by Hiyajima, but RESONA comes up with it. RESONA trying to bully his way and goes in. Good recovery defense by Grant Jarrett. And that's going to remain Alvark ball. Well, Grant Jarrett may have just got a fingertip to this one. Yeah, man, slightly just came over because that was going to be 2 easy points to Ryan RESONA. And that's going to be a third team foul against the Brex. This one's on Yusuke Endo. Well, it's been a frustrating start so far for the home team. Mendel going off one screen again with size. Now looking for a post entry. Size now trying to bully his way in. Another jump bucket. This guy feeling the confidence early on. The 2022 FIBA Eurobasket champion. So far, UTSUNOMIYA Brex 0. Sabasai's 8. Hiyajima now 6'3" for the Brex. And they just keep on going from the perimeter. And Tokyo happy to slow the game down. RESONA kicks out, like turns it over. Good hands by Makoto Hiyajima. Now Newell 7-3. Well, it's becoming free-for-all basketball at the moment from UTSUNOMIYA Brex. Now Mendel. I understand why he went for that one. The defense did go into the screen, but a chance to put Brex up, or excuse me, Tokyo up by double figures. Now Newbill. Finds Grant Jarrett, goes in. No foul called. Well, that's incredible. They just can't score. Well, there's a reason I mentioned Alvark Tokyo keep their opponents to 70 points per game here in the B-League. Nice take by Mendel. Can't finish. Brex just able to chase up the 50-50 halfway through the first quarter. Brex still scoreless. Newell almost turning it over. He's able to recover this one. Finds Takuchi, goes in. Finally gets the first 2 points. Well, they had to scramble for that possession, but it paid off. Shituando penetrates, no help side defense, and a lethal take to the bucket by their superstar three-point shooter. Macedonian Lord, Paukada. Pame Paukada. Efkaristo Filomo. Dikefalo Santos Tovora. Well, now Grant Jarrett, he'll fire a three, pick and pop it. 8 threes taken here in the first quarter. Endo tries to save it, but no Brex play going in to save that one. Now we're in the 4 minutes. Only 2 points here in the first quarter for the Brex. Finds size in the paint, goes in. Well, no foul called, no finish. And now Hiyajima just throws it away carelessly. But can Alvark make them pay? RESONA goes in, Eurostep. Wow, it's becoming sloppy basketball on both ends of the floor. Size draws the foul. It's only going to be the first team foul against Tokyo here in the first. Well, that's a good no call. There's no... I mean, hopefully Ryan RESONA is okay, but a timeout's going to be called. UTSUNOMIYA Brex, as mentioned, in almost 7 minutes played, 6 minutes and 30 seconds. They've only made 1 field goal, and that came from Kosuke Taguchi. Well, Coach Zico Coronel wants to talk it over with his players, but we will return in just under 30 seconds.
正解はどの出口でしょうか。 A から B でお答えください。
A です。
では正解を見てみましょう。はい、おめでとうございます。見事正解となりましたので、トヨタウッドユーホームより選手サイン入りボールをプレゼントいたします。以上、トヨタウッドユーホームプレゼンツエスケープチャレンジのコーナーでした。Brex ball.
Well, Brex have made some changes. Both Isaac Fotu coming into the game as Takashima straight off the bench. Finally getting 1 out of 9 here from the three-point line. And that 10-point deficit hasn't even cut down to 5. Well, it took 9 attempts, but they finally get a 3 to go. And while Tokyo are a prolific defending team, they do struggle offensively. We saw that in the playoffs last season against Ruku Golden Kings. Endo penetrates, kicks out. Okoro in the corner, finds the 3, putting them back up by 8 points. The absence of Kai Tubbs means other players in the backcourt are going to have to step up tonight for Alvark Tokyo. Oh, nice give and go. What a finish. But he's unable to get the @1. Nice movement. And I've always said this, Isaac Fotu has the basketball IQ of a genius. It's just what I like about Fotu, and he doesn't get enough credit for this, is he's always setting screens. He's always moving when he doesn't have the ball in his hands. And he becomes a nightmare for both the post interior and the backcourt defenders of any team. Well, Isaac Fotu, very renowned international player who does represent his national team, being New Zealand, started his pro career with the New Zealand Breakers. Of course, after 1 season as a junior, then went to the University of Hawaii. Played in the Spanish ACB, the Easy Credit Bundesliga in Germany, the LBA in Italy, where he played for both Treviso and then Umana Rea Venezia. And in 2021, made his way here to Japan. Well, the young fella, Atsuyo Ogawa, getting a lot of play, and rightfully so. He's really worked for it, no doubt about it. 7-point lead, still to Alvark Tokyo, just over 2.5 here in the first quarter. The foul's going to be called against Ogawa. It's a final team foul. Brex can give away before sending Alvark Tokyo to the free throw line. Mendel on the wing. Now switch on defense. Well, I'm not sure what happened here. Is it a 3-second violation or a foul call? I think it's a foul called on Soto Okoro. Yeah, Okoro, clear as daylight. What is he doing? Well, shout out to my guy, Manu Fotu. What's up, brother? Manu Fotu, former professional rugby player who did play in the United Kingdom, and the father of Isaac Fotu. Greatness runs in the Fotu family. Great to hear from you, Manu. Atsuyo Ogawa now the point guard role here for the Brex. Wow. They've called an offensive foul on Isaac Fotu. We'll have to see the replay. Let's have a look here. Well, there's a hook there, but I'd argue there's a foul before that one. I mean, that could have gone either way. Well, Brex get it, well, excuse me, Tokyo get it back. Bransky now contests on the perimeter. Three's not going to go, but Ogawa steps out of bounds. And Alvark will retain this one on the baseline. So it won't be a reset of the 24. It will be only 14 seconds. Now we're into 2 minutes. Brex is mentioned, number 1 in the B.LEAGUE.
選手の交代です。13番渡辺、18番イカルガ、34番ジェレットが入ります。を終了して7対15、ブレックス8点を追いかけます。それではこの時間は水曜ナイトゲーム恒例のワクワクタイムのお時間です。事前にご応募いただいた方の中から抽選で5名の皆様にブレックス選手直筆サイン入り T シャツが当たります。それでは今シーズン最後のワクワクタイムスタートです。 当選者の皆様おめでとうございます。プレゼントのお受け取りはハーフタイム以降1階インフォメーションブースにて行います。以上ワクワクタイムのコーナーでした。第2クォーターのスタートです。
Well, apologies everybody due to the technical difficulties we just faced there. As now we begin the second quarter, we're just now 30 seconds in. Alvark Tokyo still leading by 8 points. Well, nice steal by Fotu. And now can they capitalize here? Down by 8, but a foul is going to be committed. Well, the foul committed by Shuto Ando. Just fouling Seiji Ikaruga. And here's where the Brex can be very lethal, of course, in transition. Well, Brex, of course, fast break points would definitely help them get back into this one. Brex still looking to go inside the paint. Grant Jared again throws it away. While Tokyo's defense keeping this team to below 10 points in over a quarter. But can they capitalize? One area that Tokyo hasn't been too dominant on, but a traveling violation. Well, a very costly turnover. And going back to what I was saying about Alvark Tokyo, they've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball and getting more points on the board. Brex now going for another three. Just hasn't been their evening from the perimeter tonight. But again, it doesn't represent how the Brex have been this season. They've been magnificent. There's a reason they are the #1 team in Japan. But they definitely... Tips out. Bransky goes for a three at the dying seconds of the shot clock. And he gives them the double-digit lead. 11-point lead here to currently to Alvark Tokyo. Nice give and go, finds Fotu, changes hands, and he finishes inside the paint. Well, very patient execution by UTSUNOMIYA Brex, and that's something they could benefit from. Execute as many pick-and-roll offenses and sequences as Alvark Tokyo. But Tokyo almost throwing it away. Osakabe now fires a three and again extends their lead to now 13.
ファウルに東京10番ザック・バーンスキー1つ目のパーソナルファウル、審判は2つ目です。ブレックス選手の交代です。10番竹内、7番小川、9番遠藤、25番ニュービルが入ります。 2 shots. ただいまの東京坂部選手のシュートが3ポイントか2ポイントかの判定をビデオ判定にて行います。判定出ますまで今しばらくお待ちください。判定が出ましたところでオフィシャルタイムアウトとなります。先ほどの坂部選手のシュートは2ポイントとなりました。オフィシャルタイムアウト。Lexi and Benny. ライバル東京前半1回目のタイムアウトです。それではこの時間はトヨタというホームプレゼンツ LINE 抽選の時間です。抽選方法はブレックス公式 LINE を開いていただき、この後センタービジョンに表示されるキーワードをご入力の上送信してください。ではキーワードはこちらです。よろしいでしょうか。当選されました方はハーフタイム以降インフォメーションブースにてお渡しいたします。プレゼントのお受け取りは本日中のみ有効となります。当選された方はお忘れのないようお受け取りいただきますようよろしくお願いいたします。以上、トヨタウッドユーホームプレゼンツ LINE 抽選のコーナーでした。東京0-0番ザック1つ目パーソナルポイント、東京チームファイルは5つを超えております。 落ち着く。前半戦第2クォーター、残り時間は 41.5 秒、スコアは18対26、ブレックス8点を追いかけています。10番ガランスキーが入ります。第2クォーター残り時間は 10.1 秒。前半戦を終了してスコアは18対26、ブレックス8点を追いかけます。それでは本日のハーフタイムは宇都宮ブレックスエグゼの選手にご登場いただきます。それでは宇都宮ブレックスエグゼ選手の入場です。ナンバー3、4番ツセビアク。ナンバー7、安野飯島。ナンバー8、雄大アラ。Number 13, Gurihim Biwa. Number 17, Robert Shunta Moriyama. Number 33, Kuribari Solomon. Number 49, Hayas Kusano. Number 66, Hugo Shota. And number 11, Yosuke斉藤。さあご登場いただきました選手の皆様からまずは一言ずつご挨拶をいただこうと思います。まずツセビャック選手からよろしくお願いいたします。その後並んでいる順で、ご挨拶を一言ずつお願いしたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。
はい、こんにちは。JT です。よろしくお願いします。
皆さん、ご無沙汰してます。安尾ジャパンです。あ、嬉しい。よろしくお願いします。
こんにちは。アラです。よろしくお願いします。
Griffin Buer、みんな大好きです。
皆さんこんにちは。森山ロバート俊太です。よろしくお願いします。
こんにちは。ソロモンです。よろしくお願いします。
こんにちは。草野隼人です。よろしくお願いします。
こんばんは皆さん。私はイゴです。よろしくお願いします。
皆さんいつもご声援ありがとうございます。11番斉藤陽介です。
はい、ありがとうございます。皆様に一言ずつメッセージいただきました。それではここからは選手の皆さんにはファンの皆さんへのプレゼントの数をかけたシュートチャレンジを行っていただきます。まずはルールのご説明です。センタービジョンも合わせて皆さんご覧ください。今年のシュートチャレンジは1番から9番までの9個のスポットから制限時間70秒以内にシュートを決めることができればチャレンジ成功となります。早速みんな必死に練習してますね。各スポットでシュートを打てるのは選手1名だけで、入るまでシュートを打ち続けていただきます。そして入れば次のスポットに移動できます。1人が複数のスポットを打つことはできません。またリバウンドも選手で行っていただきますので、選手の皆さんは作戦をしっかり立ててお願いいたします。そして見事チャレンジが成功いたしますと、本日お越しいただいた選手のサイン入りステッカーを10枚プレゼントいたします。ご来場の皆さん、応援のほどよろしくお願いいたします。よろしいでしょうか。それでは皆さん準備よろしいでしょうか。はい、それではセットお願いします。斉藤選手、その辺で本番です。はい、皆さんセットお願いします。それでは参りましょう。宇都宮ブレックスエグゼシュートチャレンジ。さあ、まずは1つ目のスポットを決めて、はい、2つ目決めて、制限時間は70秒。3つ目のスポットを決めて、はい、4つ目スリーポイント、フリースローですね。フリースロー決めて、さあ今度は外に出ます。スリーポイントを残り時間は37秒。はい、決めて、今度は45度。はい、決めて30秒。斉藤選手がトップからのスリーを外す。入って逆サイド45度。残りが18、17、16、10秒前。7、6、5、決まってラスト。もう一回行こうか。なんか いつもの展開ですよね。斉藤選手、いつもの展開、次はお願いしますね。あんまり時間ないんで。
ちょっと若手が中心になっているので、多分緊張しちゃってると思うんですよ。なので皆さん煽らずに黙って聞いておいてもらいます。
わかりました。はい。いつも賑やかなブレアリですけど、この後の70秒みんな黙ってください。いきます。宇都宮ブレックスエグゼシュートチャレンジ。この辺から応援しましょうかね、皆さん。この辺から応援しましょう。30秒。はい、入る。トップの斉藤選手、これ1本で決めたい。はい、決めた。残り16、15秒。もうワンチャンある、7秒、6秒。やりました、見事成功となりました。宇都宮ブレックスエグゼの皆さんに大きな拍手をお願いいたします。 チャレンジ成功です。ステッカー10枚のプレゼントとなりますが、ここでもう一つボーナスチャレンジいきましょう。斉藤陽介選手恒例のロングシュートチャレンジお願いできますでしょうか。はい、
そうですね、毎年これやってますけども、僕まだこのチャレンジ失敗したことがないんですよ。
はい、
なので私今日も絶対に失敗しません。
お願いします。でも例年じわじわと距離を近づけて打ってますよね。一発でハーフコートを決めたことはなかったと思いますけど。
ハーフコートっていうか、ロゴシュートって言ってもらった方がいいかな。はい、
なるほど。じゃあじわじわその端っこの
そうですね。
そこもロゴ。
はい、もしかしたら5年後ぐらいにはもうこの辺になってるかもしれない。
なるほど。では斉藤陽介選手、最後の恒例ロングシュートチャレンジいきましょう。5本で1投でも決めれば OK です。どうぞ。惜しい。3本目です。惜しい。あと2本。このチャレンジが成功すれば追加で10枚です。ラストチャレンジ、史上初の失敗なるか。サイズ選手も出てきました。ということで追加で10枚選手サイン入りステッカープレゼントいたします。先ほどのチャレンジと合わせて20枚のプレゼントです。皆さんありがとうございました。では見事チャレンジ成功となりましたので20枚のステッカープレゼントとしたいと思います。試合前に行っておりました正しい宇都宮ブレックスエグゼロゴを選ぶブレックスアプリの抽選企画にご参加いただいた方は抽選結果を見るのボタンをタップしていただいて結果を確認してプレゼントの当選を行ってください。見事当選されました方は1回インフォメーションブースにて当選画面を確認させていただきます。本日試合終了までに1回インフォメーションブースまでお越しください。では改めまして宇都宮ブレックスエグゼの皆さんに大きな拍手をお願いします。なお毎年宇都宮二穴山神社大鳥居前で開催している FIBA3x3 ワールドツアー宇都宮オープナー2025が今年は4月の26日から27日に試合が行われます。この大会には宇都宮ブレックスエグゼも出場が決定しておりますので世界と戦う宇都宮ブレックスエグゼの応援もよろしくお願いいたします。以上ハーフタイムショーでした。
家づくりで終わらない安心安全に暮らせる街を作りそこでの豊かな生活をデザインする生活総合産業だからできること With You Would You トヨタウッドユーホーム。
使ったことないけどカード使えるかな。これ使えますか。
使えますよ。
15歳初デートの思い出は栃木 JCB デビット。
マニーは安全で品質の高い医療機器を世界中の人々に届けます。 The best quality in the world to the world マニー。
実家継いだんだ。
本田さん
こんにちは。踊らない？
忘れたさ。
体が覚えてるよ。
1月にするは賛成です。
第2章始まる。日替わり007。
あなたの周りにタマポリンあれもこれもみんなタマポリン未来を包む
栃木県で公共施設の管理運営を行っています。私たちは地域社会に貢献し、スポーツ文化の健全な発展を目指しています。株式会社オーエンス。
未来を作る、世界をつなぐ、研究と創造のアルメックステクノロジーズ。
吉野石膏はさまざまな視点から安全・快適とは何かを模索し、挑戦し、相変わらず今日も暮らしを考える吉野石膏。
モンドセレクション金賞売れた育毛剤ナンバーワン。返金保証付き。
中村土建は地域に愛される企業を目指す。中村土建。
もし綾と結婚してなかったらおいらはこんなに楽しく過ごせなかったと思う。
Well, hello everybody. We do apologize for the technical issues that we've been facing so far, but the commentary is back. Currently here in the Japanese B.LEAGUE, UTSUNOMIYA Brex trailing against Alvark Tokyo. And many are asking the question, how is it possible 26-18? Well, the answer is simply, Alvark Tokyo is the #1 defensive team here in the B.LEAGUE. Shinji Takashima getting the first three-pointer of the game for the Brex. That came late in the first quarter. Of course, they shot a very abysmal 1 for 10 from the perimeter in the first quarter. That time, Soto Okada responding with a bang with a three of his own. Well, Alvark Tokyo's defense, as always, it's been imperious. It's been impenetrable, but at the same time, they haven't really scored that many points. Well, they're only 3 for 12 from downtown. In total, 6 for 15 from within inside the three-point line. Alvark currently being led by Sevasai's with 10 points. Second leading scorer of Alvark Tokyo indeed is Osakabe, who does have 6. Osakabe currently 1 for 5 from the three-point line. And here was DJ Newbill. Well, he had his early struggles in the first quarter. And it would be impossible to think that the #1 team here in the B.LEAGUE, that being UTSUNOMIYA Brex, leading scorers at the end of the first half, DJ Newbill, you know, Manu being the great father of Isaac Fotu. But both players great, and they have a leading scores of 4 points apiece. Well, UTSUNOMIYA Brex have attempted 17 threes, and they've only converted 2 of them. That time, Gavin Edwards, former Chiba Jets player, inside the lane, taking Steven Zach right to the rack. Well, we'll take a further look at some of the statistics here from the first half, but as mentioned, it is indeed an 8-point lead to Alvark Tokyo, in total 9 field goals. If you combine both the perimeter play and the inside presence of UTSUNOMIYA Brex, they've only made 6. And they are currently 50% from the free throw line. And Alvark Tokyo's rebounding, it is tough, 28-14. 100% better than UTSUNOMIYA Brex. But one worrying side note for Alvark Tokyo, 13 turnovers, only 6 for the Brex. So you put that together, the defense is playing dividends. They're forcing Brex into very low percentage tough shots. But Alvark, offensively, they have their difficulties. Set aside is the 2022 FIBA Eurobasket champion, currently leading all scorers of 10 points. And if this is going to be a playoff matchup, let me tell you, Alvark Tokyo, they seem to really enjoy every matchup against UTSUNOMIYA Brex. Could that be down to the size difference? I'm not quite sure, but remember, Brex, or excuse me, Alvark Tokyo, without their superstar point guard, Kai Tevs. Kaitev's also, like Ryan Rossiter, did spend a bulk of his career with UTSUNOMIYA, even won their second B-League championship with them in 2022. Well, no Watanabe tonight. He's played very sporadic minutes so far this season. But somebody's got to get the double figures for the Brex. Will it be DJ Newbill? Will it be Isaac Fotu? We'll find out what started the lineup. It's been a very quiet night for Makoto Hiyajima and Yusuke Endo. Hiyajima currently leading the rebound count at the moment here for the Brex. Well, again, we'd like to welcome everybody watching live on B.LEAGUE International. If you're watching this game live, please let us know where in the world you're watching this game and which team are you supporting. Are you supporting Alvark Tokyo or are you supporting the home team, UTSUNOMIYA Brex? Both teams currently hold a historical record here in the B-League. The only two teams to have 2 B-League championships each. If it's one thing Alvark Tokyo has over any team in Japanese basketball, well, not only have they won multiple B-League championships, but they also have won an Asian Continental Championship. Then it was known as the FIBA Asia Champions Cup, but now it's known as BCL Asia. Well, they won that in 2019, defeating Al Riyadi, the current defending champions of Basketball Champions League Asia. That reminds me to tell everybody, remember, the champion of this season's B-League, like last year, will go on to play in the FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia. That will take place between the 9th and the 15th of June. A venue still yet to be decided. Well, Giancarlo Villarreal supporting Go Alvark Tokyo. I like it. I love it. Do we have any other fans? Or any International Alvark Tokyo fans in the live chat? Well, the key player, the matchup head-to-head to look out for tonight has indeed been between Ryan Rossiter, who does have 8 rebounds, and Gavin Edwards. Rossiter still scoreless. Edwards currently with 2 boards, 3 points. 37 years young. Well, again, welcome back, everybody. Live here in Tochigi Prefecture. Team Newbill, 18 3-point attempt for the Brex. And went straight for the jugular. Well, the Brex need stability here in their offense, but now they've got to rely on their defense. Sakaba, indecisive in the end, inadvertently finding Leonardo Mendes. So 2 free throws coming up here for Alvark Tokyo. Fouls on Makoto Hiyajima. Well, Mendel's been a huge revelation since joining Alvark Tokyo. So he just gets the first free throw to drop. And those fans making the 2-hour journey from the capital city of Tokyo right here to the beautiful Tochigi Prefecture. Extending Tokyo's lead back to 10. Remember, the last time these two teams met was over a month ago. They met in Tokyo. And Brex had a 10-point lead with minutes to go, only to lose. And the final 3-pointer coming from Leonardo Mendel. Takuchi trying to find Grant Jarrett. 6 seconds left here on the shot clock. Brex's offense really struggling against Alvark Tokyo's imperious defense. Well, the threes just haven't dropped, and it's part of their identity. You've got to find other ways to score if you want to be a championship team here in the B-League. Moving now. Goes for another 3, step backs up, getting the 3rd one for the Brex. Cutting it down to a 7-point deficit. The man contending for a Most Valuable Player of the Year award. 7 points tonight for DJ Newbill. Tokyo trying to isolate. Now use the screen, but no foul called. Good defense by Grant Jarrett. Just coming over in time for the recovery. Now Hijima, he'll fire a three, and back-to-back triples coming from the champions of 2022. Cutting it down to a two-possession ball game, and now in timeout, it's going to be called by Alvark Tokyo. The Brex may have just found their rhythm. As mentioned, Brex went 2 for 17 in the first half. Now find themselves 2 for 3 here in the third quarter. Alvark Tokyo turning it over. And this is my thing with Alvark Tokyo. They may be the #1 defensive team in the B-League, but they've got to learn to be more consistent offensively. And, you know, in fairness to them, the absence of Kai Tevz does make things a little bit more tricky, but Brex now with a chance of making it a one-possession game, maybe a 1-point deficit if they go for another 3. We did go into a quick streak from Grant Jarrett. Takuchi finds Hijima. Got it by Osakabe. Hijima spins. Little teardrop. Just can't finish. Another offensive board. Now Grant Jarrett. And a third 3 for the Brex. And my goodness gracious, the tables have turned instantly. And another timeout's going to be called by Dinas Adamaitis. Well, he must be infuriated with his team's inability to take care of the basketball. Well, another timeout called. We will be back in just under 60 seconds.
さあ、ご来場の皆さん、ちょっと力入れていきましょうか。
Well, the Brex definitely have jump-started their three-point percentage. They were 11% from the perimeter in the first half. Now find themselves 75% with 3 out of 4. And that double-digit lead has been cut down. I thought it was going to be another turnover, but Alvark Tokyo, they've got 5 seconds to get the ball over the halfway line. And the absence of a true point guard really is making things very difficult for Alvark Tokyo. Osakabe's got to go quick. Now taking matters into his own hands. Alvark Tokyo's got to find some stability. Fouls called off the ball against Grant Jarrett, number 34 for the Brex. Actually, it's on DJ Newbill, my apologies. It feels like this third quarter's gone on for a while, but it's only been just under 2 minutes. Mendel spins baseline. Recovery defense good from the Brex, but he'll force up a three. And again, getting a bucket just when they needed it. Big time shot by the Brazilian international, extending it back to a 2-possession ball game. It's only the 4th 3 of the game for Alvark Tokyo. Now Hijima finds Grant Jarrett. In the corner, Endo, can he hit another one for Brex? But Hijima, big time offensive board, and that is what we mean. They've got to find other ways to score. Well, the rebound count at the end of the first half was 28-14 in favor of Alvark Tokyo. But it's plays like those that define a champion here in the B-League. Size comfortably from the 15-foot mark. And now you find both teams settling into a more comfortable rhythm here in the second half. Ron Jarrett goes in. Smooth play, looking like a baby Vlade Divac. He went in with a scoop hook. The inside right hand on the layup. Oh no, it's going to be an offensive foul. I think they're going to call that a shooting foul. I have to see the replay of that one. Mendel went in for the Euro step. Let's have a look here. Well, that's harsh in my mind. I'm sorry, but I think that's a little harsh. Well, Tokyo will have to play on. As mentioned, the #1 defensive team here in the B-League. They only give away 70 points per game. But now Brex can either tie it up or they can take the lead with another 3. They've hit 3 of them so far here in the second half. Well, there it goes, a 3 for the lead. Nubo puts it up and rolls its way in and out. Wants to go on the length of the floor, tries to go for the jugular. In the end, he's fouled by Grant Jarrett, so he'll go to the free throw line. I believe that is on Grant Jarrett, so it's only going to be a second personal foul. .6:26 to go here in the third quarter. And you know what? This could very well be. Well, it could be a semifinals matchup, depending if the standings remain the same now as they will be at the end in 5 games' time. Because if they ought to stay the same, Alvark Tokyo will beat up with Chiba Jets in the quarterfinals. While Brex, they would beat Goodma Crane Thunders. That is just assuming the rankings stay the same. Both free throws made by the former Brex player Ryan Rossiter. Now wearing the colors of Alvark Tokyo. Hugo looking to penetrate. Jarrett made his last 3. A big fight there from Gavin Edwards, but Osakabe comes up with it. And after making the last 3 3-pointers, the Brex don't go from 0 in the last 3. And Tokyo ridden storm. Osakabe goes in. What a move by Taike Osakabe. Only put enough arc on that one to avoid the block. And he with perfection, excuse me. Just gives it a little kiss off the glass. Foul's going to be drawn. Intelligent play by Makoto Hijima. I believe that's on Shuto Ando. That's how he just dissects and splits the defense. You could call that on Shuto Ando or Steven Zach. But the outcome was inevitable. There's a lot of respect between those two players, no doubt about it. Both having featured for the Japanese national team, Akatsuki Japan. Now we're under 7 here on the shot clock. Newbill finds Hijima, finds the 3, gets the 4th one of the third quarter. 4 out of 7 for the Brex here in the third. Down to a 3-point deficit. Gino, one of those confidence plays. He gets his 3 going early. It's going to be a great night for him. Kickball violation given Brex. So Tokyo will regain this on the sideline. Osakabe demanding the ball screen. He'll fire the 3. It's up. Can't get it. Takashima securing the board for the Brex. They cut it down to 1. They can tie the game over the 3. Gavin Edwards. Well, the foul's going to be called against Zach, so it's going to be 2 free throws coming up for the former Chiba Jets player. And you notice the Brex offense just looking more comfortable, more fluid. That's a foul on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, any day that ends in a Y. Shooting documents from the former Hapoel Hulan player made it to a Final Four in the Basketball Champions League when he played in Europe, specifically in Israel for Hapoel Hulan. Well, Gavin Edwards, originally from Gilbert, Arizona, went to the University of Connecticut, started his pro career at Anyang KGC in the Korean Basketball League. Because he first came to Japan where he played for the Mikawa Seahorses back in 2013. So he spent well over a decade playing here in this wonderful country. The B-League, no arguments, quickly becoming the fastest growing professional basketball league at an exponential rate. Endo finds Saiz. Defended by Isaac Fotu. To go for a fadeaway. Good defense by Fotu. And now Brex. Here with Atsuo Ogawa. Looking to take the lead for the first time. Fotu off the roll. Ogawa. They should have taken that one, but it's going to remain Brex possession with 9 on the shot clock. Well, great anticipation on defense by Shuto Ando. Just hitting the forearm, but is unable to keep it in bounds. But you love the hustle. Six on the shot clock. Eagles got to isolate. Step back. 3 is up. And another foul called, so it's going to remain possession. Oh, no, it's going to Tokyo. Well, who did they call this one on? Let's have a look at the replay. That's a 3 by DJ Newbill. I don't know about that one. To me, that looks like a good battle of a box-out between both Seba Saiz and Isaac Fotu. Tough goal, no doubt about it. A good hands by Gavin Edwards. And again, the absence of Kai Tevz making it very difficult for Alvark Tokyo to get the ball up the court. Tokyo getting inbound. Brex, no more fouls to give. And Alvark still lead by 1. Corner coming off the screen. And another offensive foul. What is becoming a total calamity for these two teams? Let's have a look here. Oh yeah, definitely bags. What was he thinking? Well, the foul was called on Alvark's number 21, Gen Hiraiwa. Again, Brex can take the lead for the first time. Ogawa kicks out. Edwards, 3, corner, got it! Big time 3, giving the Brex a 2-point cushion. 8-3 in the night for UTSUNOMIYA. They've had their struggles, but my oh my, they continue to be persistent. Now Ando finds Okuda. Oh, Brex's defense making it very tough here for Alvark Tokyo. And there's another turnover. Brex now riding the momentum. Takashima just almost losing control of it. Edwards made his last three. Oh, baby! The former Yukon Husky, Japanese national Olympic player, Kevin Edwards giving UTSUNOMIYA Brex a 5-point lead. Timeout called by Dinas Adamaitis. 2:52 to go here in the third quarter. We have a game, basketball fans, live here in the Japanese B-League. We'll be back in just under 60 seconds. Well, has the timeout giving any form of inspiration to these Alvark Tokyo players? Defense can be great, but in the playoffs, you still got to score more points than the other team. Mendel backdoor. Inside the paint, much better. Finding Ryan Rossiter, cutting it down to a 3-point deficit. Maybe that's where they've got to attack Brex's defense. Going to the low post. Ogawa, now looking to penetrate. No help side defense, just giving a cooking show to Sota Okura. 22 years old, only 22 years old. Mendel fires contested three, no foul called. But Tokyo get another crack at it. Russell got it by Takashima. Tough one-legged fadeaway, but Mendel towers, and he will go to the free throw line. Plays like that. I said this about the Brex in the beginning of the third quarter. What a huge offensive rebound by Leonardo Mendel. And you know, the other way, you can also see that being called an over the backcourt. And I think that's what DJ Noodle's arguing. And that's a tough one. That's a very tough one, to say the least. Well, big free throws now for Leonardo Mendel. Made two earlier in the third quarter. Well, the Brazilian international did play at the Olympics last summer from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Started his career in 2011 with Ceci Franca. Also played for Bauru, Palestano. Plus, his first taste of international basketball was when he went to the ACB to play for Fuenlabrada for 2 seasons. Cutting it down to a 3-point deficit. Finding Takashima, fadeaway three is up, no good. The foul's gonna be called, so free throws coming up for the Brex. So this is good as Isaac Fotu will go to the free throw line. It's a clumsy play by Leonardo Mendel, just two hands pushing Isaac Fotu in the back. And that's his third foul. Just simply a great player and a great person too. Of course, he was instrumental to the Brex when they won that B.LEAGUE championship in 2022. And hopefully we'll see Isaac Fotu play for New Zealand this summer at the FIBA Asia Cup. Still a 4-point lead to UTSUNOMIYA. 1:15 to go here in the third quarter. Well, great hustle by Fotu, but it's going to remain Alvark ball. That's what you dream big would be for any team. Hands in the passing lane, diving on the floor, but may have lost his balance. But you know, that's what you're going to get with Isaac Fotu. High IQ caliber player, but also plays every game like it's his last. Alvark Tokyo fans remaining optimistic. They've led by as many as 13 in this one. Mendel in the paint. He's going for a scoop hook, can't get it. Finds a rebound, fires up, still can't get it. Saiz goes in for the second chance. 3 times they rolled the dice, but didn't quite get the luck they needed. Potentially here could be a 2-for-1 for UTSUNOMIYA Brex. Deeper down the middle, scoop jump hook. Now giving the Brex their biggest lead of the game at 6. Well, that could be the 2-for-1 for the Brex. Quarter penetrates. Wide open set of Saiz, can't hit the 3. And now the Brex can have the final shot of the third quarter. As they say in Japanese, Nanji desu ka? What time is it? New build 3. Can't get it. Tokyo's got a bit of time left. Wasana spins out, goes up, and that is way off the mark. And at the end of the third quarter, the Brex, who trail by as many as 13, find themselves up by 6. Well, they've definitely turned this game around, but we still have 10 final minutes to decide who will win this one. The #1 team in the B-League, #1 in the East, UTSUNOMIYA Brex, leading against #2 in the Central Division.
それでは最終第4クォーターのスタートです。
Well, here we go, basketball fans. Welcome to the Tochigi Prefecture. As currently UTSUNOMIYA Brex forcing a turnover against Alvark Tokyo. Well, both teams will be featuring in the postseason in the B.LEAGUE playoffs, but at the moment the Brex have a slender 6-point lead. They've turned this one around. Seiji Kuruga playing point guard duties here for the Brex. Jarrett now with a mismatch. Against Brass, he goes in. Oh no, traveling violation. Good defense by Grant Jarrett. Excuse me, by Baranski. Grant Jarrett signaling that he did get pulled in the jersey, but I'd say that's good defense. Now looking to move the ball. Tokyo's got to find some identity here in their offense. Osakabe picks up his dribble, but now Baranski's got to force him a tough one. I think the foul's going to be called against Fotu. And that one, unfortunately, I'm going to have to agree with the referee because Ryan Rossiter did get the positioning right. Just there, slight nudge coming from behind, but not too much concern though for the Brex. It's only his third personal foul. Sakabe, left wide open, gotta make this one. Three is up. And now Alvark Tokyo just can't buy a bucket from the perimeter. This time the foul is going to be called against Osakabe, and rightfully so. The mismatch he wasn't going to fancy against Isaac Fotu. So that will be a baseline possession to the Brex. Ouch. Second foul against Taiki Osakabe. Brex looking to extend the lead. Derek pump fakes, gets rejected. Oh, what a block, but can Alvark Tokyo counterattack? The bumping foul is going to be called against Kevin Edwards, I believe, yep. That was great help side defense. For all their shortcomings offensively, one thing you can't take away from Alvark Tokyo. The stats don't lie. They are the #1 defensive team in the B.LEAGUE. But still, they're down by 6. They've got to find some way to score. Russell spins. Goes in. He's able to finish, and he's now scored the last 4 points for Tokyo. 2 possessions separates these two teams. Almost 2 minutes played here in the fourth quarter. And they could very well meet in the semifinals of the B.LEAGUE playoffs this season. Seven on the shot clock. Nice no-look pass, but a foul's going to be called on the ground. I believe that's on. No, it's not on Soto Kota. Well, to give you a bit of an update, remember, although the Brex are the #1 team in the B.LEAGUE, the team closest to them, San Antonio Phoenix, still have 1 game in hand, and they're currently only leading 70-65 against Yokohama B. Corsairs. A big shout out to my colleague Kazuya Nishikawa for the information. Arigatou gozaimasu, Tomodachi. Yujima baseline goes in, finishes under intense pressure. Extending it back to a 6-point ball game. 10 points tonight for Makoto Hiyajima. Another player to look out for this summer at the FIBA Asia Cup. Barcelona's turning it over. No foul called. Baranski penetrates. Keeps it one hand. Smooth play by Zach Baranski. Well, the American who grew up here in Japan. Plays high school basketball in Japan as well. Now Ikaruga finds Hiyajima. They just need to slow the game down in their favor. A good anticipation, turns it over. But can Tokyo cut it down to a one-possession ball game? Russell going for a tough fadeaway. If he misses that one, it's a bad shot, but my word, what a tough finish by Ryan Rossiter, the former Brex player. Just like Gavin Edwards has played for the Japanese national team. Changes coming into the game for both teams. Hold the arm, that's going to be a foul. However you look at it, it's definitely not ambiguous. That's unanimous, I can tell you that, as Okamoto will go to the bench. Well, BJ Rufino, what's up, my brother? Good to hear from you. Well, BJ Rufino on the live YouTube chat, a regular here in B.LEAGUE basketball. And it's going to be an unforced turnover. BJ, I'm heading to Taipei on Friday to call the BCL Asia East Group. And that reminds me to tell every B.LEAGUE fan watching, the champion of the B.LEAGUE, like last year, will go on to feature at the FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia. The #1 Asian basketball competition. It's not even close. There's no arguments. Tokyo looking to tie it up. Russell with a jump hook, and single-handedly with the last 8 points has kept Tokyo alive. 6 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Jarrett pick a pop for three, can't get it. Now looking to make this an 8, maybe a 9-0 run, but here comes Rawson all the way, goes in, finishes under intense pressure. And a timeout's going to be called by the Brex. They got a problem, and that problem is Ryan Rossiter, simply unstoppable. We'll be back in just under 60 seconds. Well, it's been a huge revelation from Ryan Rossiter here in the fourth quarter. So Brex now looking to tie the game up. Maybe the lead if they can get another 3. And BJ Rufino, that's correct, yeah. Same Leonardo Mendel from Brazil at the FIBA OQT against Gilas. Oh my lord. Did we just witness James Harding in an UTSUNOMIYA Brex jersey? I think we did. What a finish. Brex lead by 1. so it cools down a little bit as the Brex try to pull full steam ahead. BJ Rufino, that's a good question, bro. I don't know. I still don't know the ins and outs of it right now. But definitely we should have a team from the PBA to my knowledge. And there's a take by Newbill. Wide open. Endo. Oh no, it's going to be a charge. So another miss attempt here for... Well, our referee right there is one of the best referees in the world, Daigu Urushima. He's refereed at FIBA Basketball Cups and I believe Olympics as well, and he's actually a personal friend of mine. Timeout's going to be called. Brex want to talk it over. It's a third foul against DJ Newbill.
Let's see. 最終第4クォーター、残り時間は4分50秒、スコアは52対51、ブレックス1点のリードです。
Well, here we go. Final 450. Alvark Tokyo led by as many as 13, but now they find themselves trailing by 1. They've got to find some way to break down the defense. Signs coming up for another screen. 15. Just can't get it. Zach battles for the offensive board, and Brex saved this one. That's going to be the final team foul against Alvark Tokyo. That one's on Sota Okura. Third personal foul against Sota Okura. Too much foul trouble for either team to be concerned of. Players do have 3, but Makoto Hiyajima is going to sub back in. As well as Zach Baranski. Hiyajima quick through straight off the bench. Nothing but net. Cash money. Giving Brex the 4-point lead with just over 4 minutes. Signs had to catch a very open one. Baranski keeps it in one hand. What a move by ZB. Well, big Baranski has to keep that in his right hand to avoid the block, and he still made it. 2-point lead to the Brex. Hiyajima now culling off a screen. Finds Gavin Edwards. Newbill looking to attack. Hiyajima pump fakes, pulls up from 18. Big time play by Makoto Hiyajima. 15 tonight for Maki-san.
Defense.
Picking up his dribble. Finds Zach on the back door. Zach goes in. And Tokyo still responding. Only trailing by 2 points. Well, the 32-year-old player now in his prime. Triple change coming in for Alvark Tokyo. Looks like Leonardo Mendel, Taisho Zakabe, And Brian Rosnick getting ready to sub back into action. The foul's going to be pulling against Alvark Tokyo, so free throws coming up here for the UTSUNOMIYA Brex. He can argue all he wants, but that's a foul. That's a legal screen.
Yeah, but goal foul, I'm all right. But after a goal, yeah, for behavior.
No, you're good. Just speed.
東京ベンチよりただいまのファウルがアンスポーツマンライクファウルに該当するか否かを確認するということでヘッドコーチチャレンジの申請がございました。
So head coach's challenge to see if an unsportsmanlike behavior was committed by UTSUNOMIYA Brex. We'll find out very shortly. We're going to have a look at the replay very soon as well. So Danis Adamaitis is trying to say something happened during that collision that justifies an unsportsmanlike, but we'll have a look at the replay to find out what action needs to be taken further place. I think when Adamaitis is trying to, well, yeah, maybe right there. But the foul was already called, so I don't know how this is gonna play out.
ファウルは東京00番スティーブ・ザックという判定で
So an unsuccessful head coach's challenge.
アンスポーツマンライクファウルに該当するものはございませんでしたのでブレックスのフリースローからの再開となります。
Oh no, successful one. So 2 shots coming up for Grant Jarrett on the original foul, but the announcer said on sports, I don't know if it was meaning that nothing was called or because there's going to be a lineup. So Grant Jarrett can make it a 4-point game with 2:47 left. And he gets it to drop. So no further action was taken on the head coach's challenge. So again, I was correct in what I said, an unsuccessful head coach's challenge. Jarrett makes them both.
Defense.
Two-possession ball game. Tokyo put the big 3 back in, but can they get it to really quick enough? Let's see it looking to bump. Wait for a tough fadeaway. The bank isn't open. That's the thing about keeping your stars on the bench, especially in the crunch time here in the 4th quarter. But can the best defensive team rely on their strength? Come up with a stop here. They got no fouls to give. Eagle kicks out. This could be good night. But Brex come up with a big offensive rebound. Final 2 minutes. New build. Makoto Hiyajima's been on fire, but he can't get this one. And that would have been lights out for Alvark Tokyo. They've got to remain in there. Wants to the pump fakes. Doesn't want to take the 3. Now finds Osakabe. Shuto Ando being locked up on defense. Has to take the mid-range. And a very poor offense by Alvark Tokyo. 1:26 to go, down by 4. Oh, what suffocating glove-like Gary Payton defense by Shinji Takashima. I mean, look at this, he's wearing him like a glove. Shuto Ando, nowhere to go. Newbill looking to attack. Brex could probably close this game out with a bucket here. No fouls to give. Remember, they don't want to send Brex to the free throw line. Edwards almost gets it off in time, but he can't finish. Now, Tokyo, less than a minute to go. Down by 4. They've got to score here. Rossiter goes for a quick 3. Why? Plenty of time left in the game. Why go for the quick 3? I don't get it. The game is now for the Brex to win. Newbill, the big 3 goes up. Can't get it. And another offensive rebound by Makoto Hiyajima. Brex happy to wind the clock down. Goes out of bounds now. Tokyo will get it back with 21.1 left. Brex a little too casual with it. Tokyo's got no time to waste. He's got to go quickly. Osakabe taking his time here. Mendel puts up a 3. It's up, and that is how the game has gone tonight for Alvark Tokyo from the perimeter. Well, the Brex with 10.7 are going to call timeout. The game is in their grasp. A win tonight, and they'll still remain #1 in the B-League. We'll be back in just under 60 seconds. On update, San and Neo Phoenix indeed are the Central Conference champions. Their victory against Yokohama B.LEAGUE says confirms 2 consecutive seasons. A big congratulations to head coach Atsushi and his players. Plus the team in previous seasons weren't so successful here in the B-League. They went from zeros to heroes since Coach Otto took over. Foul's going to be committed, so DJ Newbill will go to the free throw line. Foul's on Taiki Osakabe. But a win tonight here for the Brex does maintain them as #1 in the B-League. That is definite. San and Neo Phoenix do have a game in hand where they could catch up, but although Brex can't take destiny into their own hands, at least knowing a win against a team they should have beaten over a month ago on the road keeps them as the B-League's #1. Both free throws made by DJ Newbill. 6-point lead, 9.4 seconds. This game was wrapped up in the third quarter when they came back. Osakabe trying to go quickly. He's got to go for 3. Finds Mendel. Mendel's 3's up. Not going to go. An offensive rebound by Saiz. And now we'll do it. UTSUNOMIYA Brex remain the #1 team in the B-League. And the next question would be, is championship number 3 on its way this season? Well, a fantastic performance by the Brex players, and everybody played their part tonight from Kevin Edwards. The 2 threes he made to give them the 5-point lead through the excellence of DJ Nuba, and then the finishing touch coming from Makoto Hiyojima in the 4th quarter. It's a heartbreaking defeat for Alvark Tokyo, but in fairness to them, they were without their superstar point guard Kai Tevz. Well, we're going to hear from Coach Zico Coronel, the game's MVP. We'll run back the best highlights from this game, look at some of the stats of the upcoming fixtures tomorrow here this weekend in the B-League. But a big-time performance, and what defense by Shinji Takashima on Shuto Hara when they were leading by 4 with over a minute to go. A huge win for the Brex Nation. Remember, both these 2 teams, the only teams in the B-League that have won 2 B-League championships. Well, that man right there with that beautiful haircut, that of course is Yuta Tabuse, the first ever Japanese-born player to play in the NBA. Played alongside Steve Nash and the Phoenix Suns briefly in the 2004-2005 season. As Alvark Tokyo pay homage to their fans as well as the home crowd, a magnificent atmosphere tonight here in the Tochigi Prefecture. Well, heads up, very soon we're going to hear from head coach Zico Coronel as well as the game's most valuable player. Well, when the interviews are given in Japanese, we will get those translated, but let's listen up. We're going to hear very soon.
我らがブレックスに大きな拍手をお願いいたします。では早速ジーココロネルヘッドコーチ代行にお話を伺ってまいりたいと思います。勝利おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
非常に厳しい戦いだったと思います。前半戦終わって18点のスコアの時はどうなることかと思いました。試合を振り返っていかがですか。
No one else in my family is losing their hair, and I am. So this is what happens when you become a coach. So very stressful, but go with that.
本当にもうこうストレスがたまるというか、こうすごく精神的にもすごくこう追い詰められる試合ではありましたけれども、そこはコーチ陣は他のコーチ陣は見てでロッカーでどんな状況だったかっていうのはコーチ陣には知ってるんですけども、それぐらいすごくタフな試合でした。
しかし終わってみれば61点と後半、前半の倍以上のスコアを上げました。そのあたり後半どういった、指示をされたんでしょうか。
I mean, I don't think it was mostly me. I think it was them. By the time we got into the halftime, we asked them what they had spoken about. I'm not sure who said the words, but what Yuta told us they'd been speaking about. It was the perfect message. I mean, they know what to do.
誰からの意見だったのかはちょっとわからないですけども、ハーフタイムで、まず選手たちがどんなことを話したのかっていうのを、聞いて、それを田臥選手から、そういう話をしたという内容のことがもう自分が思っていたことも完璧なことだったので、もう自分がそんなに何を言う必要もなくて、選手たちは分かってくれていました。
さすがです。そして最後に一つですね、4クォーター勝負どころでの高島選手のディフェンス素晴らしかったと思うんですが、コーチからの評価はいかがですか。
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate Shinji's work. You have to be in outstanding physical condition to play that level of defense. He's a very important player for us, and you saw why in that moment.
本当にあの場面であれだけのこうパフォーマンス、動きをするっていうのはもう本当にもう日頃からトレーニングを積んで、準備をしていないとできないパフォーマンスだと思うので、彼は本当に素晴らしいプレーだと思いますし、すごくいい、活躍をしてくれたと思います。
ありがとうございます。では、次戦に向けて週末また試合がございますので、抱負を一言最後にいただければと思います。
When we came into this week, we said it's a little bit like a playoff simulation. We're going to play 3 games in a row against teams that are going to the playoffs. If we want to win a championship, we're going to have to win multiple games in a row against playoff caliber teams. So that's a challenge that we have this week.
やはりチャンピオンシップに入ると、本当にそのチャンピオンシップに出るようなすごくハイレベルなタフなチームと3連戦、勝っていかないと先には進めないので、この試合から、週末にかけて、チャンピオンシップの前哨戦というか、それを想定したいい、シミュレーションにもなると思うので、しっかりここ3つ 3連戦勝てるように準備していきたいなと思います。
ありがとうございました。ジーココロネルヘッドコーチ大富豪にお話を伺いました。それでは選手の皆さんからお話を伺ってまいりたいと思います。まずは33番エドワーズ選手お願いいたします。まずは勝利おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
タフな試合でしたね。
Yeah, it was definitely a tough game. We knew they were going to be very physical. That's just how they play as a team. So we knew we just had to come out, play our best, and really pick up our intensity.
そうですね。やはりアルバルクさんは本当にフィジカルも強くて、激しいチームなので、しっかりそこに対して、準備して臨まないといけない試合だったと思います。
前半スコアが滞っている状態の中で後半迎えて3クォーター一時逆転となる連続のスリーポイントお見事でした。あのシーンを振り返っていかがですか。
I mean, any way I could just kind of help the team. I've been trying to work on being a little bit more reliable with that, so just felt good seeing a couple go in.
本当にもうチームを助けられるためにできることは何でもやりたいと思っているので、少し自分を、みんなにも信頼してもらえるようなパフォーマンスができたかなと思ってすごく嬉しかったです。
今日ギャビン選手はですね11得点6リバウンドそしてプレータイムも27分に迫る、プレータイムでした。お疲れではないですか。
I'm pretty much always tired these days, but I just have to get ready, make it through the rest of the season.
本当にいつも疲れてない日はないというぐらい本当に疲れでもたまる状況ではありますけども、その試合が続く中で、準備していかないといけないと思うので、いい準備していきたいなと思います。
はい。それでは最後に、週末に向けての抱負を一言いただければと思います。
We really appreciate you guys' support. Really lifted us up today. Gave us the energy we needed, and we look forward to fighting with you guys going into the playoffs.
今日も本当にありがとうございました。本当に皆さんがの声援がすごく力になって自分たちを勢いづけてくれたと思います。ここからまたチャンピオンシップに向かうにあたって本当に皆さんの力が必要になってきますので引き続き応援よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。11得点6リバウンドのギャビン・エドワーズ選手にお話を伺いました。
They heard from both Coach
そしてもう
Zico
一方
Coronel
6番比江島選手にお
and of
話を
course
伺い
Gavin
ます。
Edwards. But now we're going to hear from Makoto
まずは勝
Hijima.
利おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
試合終盤に向けて非常にインパクトのあるスコアを重ねていただきました。後半スコア振り返っていかがですか。
正直、前半のところでなかなかチームの力に慣れてなかったんで、後半は、得点もそうですしリバウンドもそうですし、そこでしっかり自分の仕事でできたかなと思います。
本日の比江島選手は15得点7リバウンド5アシストの活躍でした。ご自身のパフォーマンス振り返っていかがですか。
そうですね、得点ができない場合でもしっかりアシストだったりそういうところで貢献していこうという気持ちでやれたので、しっかりDJ だったりいいパスをくれて、スリー、決められたんでよかったと思います。
そして週末は、強豪これまた群馬戦が待ち構えております。そこへ向けての抱負を一言いただければと思います。
はい、群馬はここで天皇杯でやられているので、しっかり、勝ち切って、またチャンピオンシップでやる可能性もありますし、しっかり勝って、チャンピオンシップに向けてしっかり準備したいと思います。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。本日15得点の活躍、比江島選手にお話を伺いました。そして本日は皆さんに大事なお知らせがございます。センタービジョンをご覧ください。
They heard from Akota Hiyajima. We will have that translated very shortly.
全員で進歩し、突き進んでいくシーズンにしていこうという意味を込めた
Akota Hiyajima just has been a fantastic player in his entire career.
大会1位の成績を残しながらもチャンピオンシップクォーターファイナルで敗戦した悔しさを糧に、そしてここまで築き上げてきたブレックスメンタリティを胸にブレックスネーション一丸となって全員で最後まで戦い抜きます。
He felt that his play in the second half was much
こ
better.
こでブレックスからもう一
Of course,
つ
he gives a
大
big
事なお
thanks
知
to
ら
his
せがご
teammates
ざいます
as he made a lot of three-point
5
shots.
月10日土曜日から
Yeah, I
日
think
韓
more
ア
than
リーナ
anything,
栃木で行われます
Hijima's
リソナ
message
グル
was that
ー
it
プ
was a
B リーグ
collective
クォーター
effort
ファイナ
from
ル
the team.
2024-25
The next game for
宇都宮
UTSUNOMIYA
ブレッ
Brex
クスホー
is
ム
Gilmer
開
Crane
催の
Thunders,
プレゼンティン
who
グ
could
スポン
very
サー
well
は
be the team that they match up
昨
with
シ
in
ー
the
ズン
first round,
に
the
続き
quarterfinals.
今シーズンもマニー株式会社に決定いた
Hijima's
しま
final
した。
message was they'll focus on the next game.
またセミファイナルに進出した場合
they'll be looking to
の
win that
プ
one
レゼ
as
ンティ
well
ン
and
グスポン
remain
サー
the
は
number
マ
one
ニ
team
ー
here
株
in the
式会
Japanese
社に
B
決
League
定
with
し
the
てお
best
りま
record.
す。そしてクォーターファイナルゲーム1ではマニープレゼンツギブアウェイを実施いたします。現在センタービジョンに映っておりますブレックスネーション T シャツと LED ブレスレットを来場者全員にプレゼントさせていただきます。 LED ブレスレットは暗転時の演出に合わせて会場一体となって光ります。ブレックスネーション T シャツでアリーナを黄色に染め LED ブレスレットを身につけて共に戦ってください。なおこの試合のチケット一般発売は5月5日月曜日20時からとなっております。チケットをお買い求めの上ぜひご来場ください。よろしくお願いいたします。それではこれより選手を代表いたしましてキャプテン田臥選手に今後の意気込みをお話しいただきます。田臥選手よろしくお願いいたします。
はい、本日も平日のナイトゲームにもかかわらず、たくさんの方々にお越しいただき本当にありがとうございました。今日本当改めて感じたんですけど、やはりこのチームの強さは皆さんと共に戦うことだと思います。この一体感本当に素晴らしいと思います。今日もありがとうございました。残りのレギュラーシーズンしっかり、チーム全員で成長し続けて、CS に向けて準備していきたいと思いますので、引き続き最後の最後まで、僕らと共に戦ってください。よろしくお願いします。
田臥選手ありがとうございました。それでは皆さんブレックスネーションのスローガンのもと全員でたどり着こうあの頂点まで。
Well, the 2024-25 B.LEAGUE Eastern Conference champions, UTSUNOMIYA Brex. And as mentioned, they could be league champions, meaning they'd finish #1 in terms of ranking the entirety of the B.LEAGUE. But you're only a champion unless you make it to Yokohama and you end up victorious. Next game for the Brex, they'll be at home against Guma Crane Thunders. That'll be Saturday local time at 3. Well, Alvark Tokyo, they'll be at home against the Kawasaki Brave Thunders 1 hour later, 4. Both games live here on B.LEAGUE International this Saturday. Well, we'll just get it translated what Yuta Tabuse said to the crowd. Of course, as always, thanks for coming tonight here at the Tochigi Prefecture here in UTSUNOMIYA, especially even on a weekday. And their goal is to focus on winning a championship. His final message to the Brex fans, the Brex Nation as they call themselves, please keep on supporting the UTSUNOMIYA Brex. I'll say it again. What a veteran player to have on your team. Yuta Tabuse, the first ever Japanese-born player to play in the NBA. Well, we're going to run down the highlights from this game. And, you know, Alvark Tokyo came out much stronger. It took over 5 minutes for Brex to get the first field goal in this game. But Tokyo just proved to be too imperious very early on. The #1 defensive team living up to their reputation. Even though they lost tonight, they still managed to keep Brex below 70 points. The question for Tokyo, can they rely on just defense to win them a third B.LEAGUE championship? That is going to be a tough task. Well, they were still to a quarter three-pointer. Straight after Shinji Takashima's the first 3 of the game for the Brex. Well, Zach Baranski, the veteran player here for Alvark Tokyo, played some good moments. You can see hitting a three-pointer, just beating the shot clock in the dying seconds. But then Hiyajima finding Isaac Fotu on the roll. Here's a nice play by Grant Jarrett, the little pick and pop. Just used the backboard with perfection, excuse me. And that time the dunk in transition. Set aside, he's going and throwing it down with one hand. Well, Gavin Edwards had some really big moments in this game, especially in the third quarter, hitting 2 crucial three-pointers, giving them the 5-point lead. And that was their first lead of the game when he made those threes. Now here are the second half highlights. Here's where Brex were able to manipulate the tempo of this game and turn this one around. First 3 of the first half, second half for DJ Newbill. And that was Makoto Hiyajima tonight, finishing with 15 points, 3 rebounds shy of a double-double tonight for Hiyajima. And then here come the Grant Jarrett 3. It was the third one in a row. Well, that three-pointer by Leonardo Mendel did cut it down. Well, put him back up by 4, excuse me. But Hiyajima hitting his second one of the game. Well, they finished with 3 big threes in this game. And here were the 2 consecutive threes by Gavin Edwards. This gave the Brex the 5-point lead. Tokyo called timeout straight after this. And they could never find themselves back. Well, they did actually get back in it at the end of the third quarter thanks to Ryan Rossiter. Looks like some big moments here in the third quarter specifically, but the absence of Kai Tebs really left this team very vulnerable in the fourth. That was a tough fadeaway by Rossiter, the one-legged fadeaway. Well, Tokyo were all smiles and giggles at that point, but then look at the 3 in the dying seconds by Grant Jarrett. Putting them back up by 3 points. And here was Hijima. The closeout, the three, the bang. Well, Zach cut it down to a 2-point off the backdoor play, but she got caught for that foul down the other end. And there you have it. Brex win. They remain #1 in the B-League. The champions of the Eastern Conference looking to win a third B-League championship. Can they do it? They had their hearts broken by the Chiba Jets in the quarterfinals last season after posting the second best record in the B-League. Well, the Brex were 2 for 17 from the three-point line in the first half. They were 6 out of 19 from the three-point line in the second half, but it was enough to get them over the hurdle. Alvark Tokyo only one three-pointer in the second half. They had 3 at the end of the first half. They were 3 for 12, but although they completely dominated this game with the rebounds, 19 turnovers, way too many for Alvark Tokyo. When you talk about winning a B-League championship, that just isn't going to cut it for you. Well, 12 offensive rebounds, 44 to 31. More field goals from inside the rainbow, 16 in total, but just not enough to cut the mustard against the #1 team here in the B-League. Hijima tonight led all scorers of 15, as mentioned. 3 rebounds shy of a double-double. Grant Jarrett, DJ Newbill combined total of 23. 24 combined points between Seba Sides and Ryan Ross. There was Zach Baranski chipping in 9. Could Tokyo's problems that we saw in the quarterfinals last year persist this season? They are the best defensive team in the B-League, there's no question. But this team doesn't score enough points. Ryan Ross and the Seba Sides both finishing with a double-double. Of course, a terrific performance of those two players. Leonardo Mendel, very quiet night for him, 6 rebounds. And Hijima surprisingly leading the Brex with 7 rebounds himself this evening. Well, nobody was able to get to the double-digit mark on the assist count. DJ Newbill came close. He had 7. But you know one thing for sure, when you play against Alvark Tokyo, the defense is so tough, so physical, very impenetrable. The stats aren't going to be up, that's for sure. Rossiter finishing with a double-double. But indeed, Gavin Edwards leaving with the W. Brex avenging their defeat to Alvark Tokyo with just over a month ago. A big win for UTSUNOMIYA, and although San Antonio Phoenix just creeping right behind them, it's about finishing the regular season with the home court advantage in the quarterfinals and semifinals. Shimane Susanoo Magic will host Ruku Golden Kings. Chiba Jets take on Akita Northern Happy Net. Shiga Lakes will host defending champions Hiroshima Dragonflies. Saga Balloonas will host Osaka Vesa. Sendai 89ers will take on Hokkaido Lavengo. And we mentioned the Brex will take on Gumakure Thunders. Koshigaya Alphas will host Ibaraki Robots. Nagoya Diamond Dolphins will host San Antonio Phoenix. Nagoya looking to get into the wild card. Nagasaki Velk will take on Kyoto Hanaris. Fighting Eagles Nagoya up against Mikawa Seahorses. And those are your final remaining fixtures in the B-League. Well, they were B-League champions in 2017. B-League champions for the second time in 2022. Could UTSUNOMIYA Brex be 3-time B-League champions and hold the record in 2025? That will be the question that we find out in the postseason. Unfortunately, fans, it's that time of the evening where we do have to part ways and say goodbye, but we would also like to say thank you for joining us. Good night, goodbye, and God bless. Arigatou gozaimasu, sayonara, and ayasumi nasai.
残すところ今シーズン2024-25シーズンレギュラーシーズンのホームゲームあと4つとなりました。すべて勝って CS に突入したいと思います。ますますのご声援よろしくお願いいたします。本日はトヨタウンドゥホームプレゼンツ宇都宮ブレックス vs アルバルク東京にご来場いただきまして誠にありがとうございました。皆様お帰りはお気をつけてお帰りください。本日のご来場誠にありがとうございました。